what individuals throughout history have influenced your thinking or exposed you to truth?
Nobody. You have people like Jesus Christ and Buddha who themselves found truths, but their writings are utterly meaningless. Their writings have been around for thousands of years, and I've read them, and they do nothing for me. And they haven't done anything for anybody else either, because they're prescriptive. They do this and they don't do that, and they've totally ruined the whole show. So Buddha should never have written anything. And if he was going to write something, it should have been purely and plainly for the sincere individual. Anything that is written for the masses to make the masses understand is complete just garbage. All of the truth from it has been siphoned out. It has been reduced to bare bones and skeletal. Therefore, it's just cocktail party conversation. And this is what must be understood, is that human beings are interested in reaching the masses. They're interested in having followings. They're interested in having you understand and believe and to imbibe and to have an angle to convince you. And they don't want to convince you of anything that's wrong or that they think is bad for you. They're not evil people. But the very fact that they have an angle that they want you to believe something itself is false. And the very fact that something is meant for the lowest common denominator makes the thing not worthy of consumption by anyone with a bone of sincerity in their body.
Looking at your work and seeing how for me, a $500 course on confidence is inaccessible to me. What choices do I have, and how do I arrive at?
Well, I've put the fact that you're talking to me right now is one thing. Number two, I don't know how much material is out there that is available to the public out there. So I've put so much out there that is not associated with any kind of fee. If you wish, if it moves you, you can explore that. Not that you should.
Assuming I'm doing something and I want to, explore it deeper, and there's another individual who I believe understands that thing deeper, is it that the guidance will come not because I'm going to go and then ask that person to teach me them, because that would then be a prescription they would apply from their own experience, but it will actually be my sincerity in trying to deeply understand the thing that will lead to the answer coming versus being given? Is that a fair understanding?
That's in the proper direction. Yes.
Is the truth different for everyone?
No, there are some universal truths. Well, what must be understood is that every single situation, every single circumstance has a truth.
How do you know when you're free of your mind?
There's no point in asking that question because you're nowhere near it.
Yeah, so I'm actually an investor. I invest in the equity markets and the secondary markets, and I know you've worked with some great investors who you count as your private clients. So I was wondering, is money? What is the truth behind the great investors? Is it what I feel is it's reading a lot into the subject matter, and that is a big part of this craft. So what have you?
It depends
observed?
what you mean by reading a lot.
So if it's about analyzing a company, it's just reading as much as possible about the company, about the industry, to be able to.
There's no real characteristics that you can take from other people. I think that's a fraudulent really behavior. It doesn't go anywhere to copy the characteristics of other people.
Not copy, but are there some indivisible truths that you have observed maybe about investing, not necessarily about the investors, but just
there is no such thing. There is no such thing as investing.
Okay, can you explain a little more on that?
It's just a detail. The human being who seeks truth seeks the truth in whatever it is that he or she is doing. There's no truth that's separate for so-called investing. That's a man-made concept. That doesn't exist in nature. So there's no truth for that versus something else. The human being will always seek prescriptions. He will always seek how-tos. He will always try to find what the other people are doing who are doing it well and try to copy them. None of those things are truth. So it is about finding the truth in whatever one's craft is, as opposed to trying to find a better way of doing it.